Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. For those of you who are new here, my name is Chris. I'm a father and I'm a filmmaker, and this channel is dedicated to both of those things. So for years, I've always had a love of what I do. The places I get to go, the people I get to meet, has always been just a fun part of what I get to do. But ever since we had our two daughters, I've always been wanting to know what they're passionate about and what things do they enjoy doing. Now obviously I'm a little biased towards anything with a video camera, but I wanted to see if this was something that Emmie was genuinely interested in and enjoyed doing. Now at her age, at 3, almost 4 years old, I didn't know for sure if she would really be interested in it or would even be able to grasp kind of the concepts and how to use a camera and all those sorts of things that maybe some of us just take for granted being older. So we loaded up the car and we headed out with our cameras to see what we could find out.
Daddy, that's watching.
It's watching you?
Yeah.
Alright, put this on through.
Through?
Yeah. Girl, you got too many animals.
Yeah. They're in both of my two hands. Dad, if I could be holding all of my animals, I couldn't see.
Ready?
Uh-huh. Really long time. Daddy, the sun's shining in my eyes. Probably I'll have to put my hands on my eyes.
It's okay. We went to the local Target and bought 2 disposable cameras for about 12 bucks a piece and headed home. And the first camera we bought, I gave it to her immediately as we got home and let her start shooting right then. I wanted some of the newness to kind of be out of her system with just pressing the button or seeing the flash and not really taking a picture or trying to be observant or looking for something that was beautiful or that she thought had a really nice look. She was just wanting to press the button and just have fun with it, which is great, and I wanted her to enjoy that, but I also wanted her to understand kind of the tool that the camera is and how we might use it to capture those beautiful images or take part in those really incredible moments that we all encounter. I chose a disposable film camera for some reasons that I'll get into later, but also just for its size and ease of use. It's got one button for the shutter, it's got a button for the flash, and that's about it. And it's also just physically smaller, and in her hands she's not going to be able to hold like a full-size DSLR. It has a lot of colors on it. It's just a little more interesting for her. I think will make it more fun, and it really was. She could hold it easily, she could carry it everywhere. If she dropped it or whatever, it's $12. It's not the end of the world. So it was a really helpful way for her to engage with the camera and use it and learn about it quickly, but also still take some great film pictures. So in terms of setup or what I did to kind of orchestrate the whole event, I didn't want to get there and tell her, now this is how you take a picture, or look at this, take a picture of this, this is nice. I wanted her to enjoy it and take pictures that she thought were pretty and thought looked nice to her. So in terms of like setup or like orchestrating events, all I did was just pick a nice night right around golden hour, so I knew the light would be great, and we went to a park downtown. It has a lot of great views of the city. The park changes elevation all throughout the park, so you get a lot of different looks and levels even of the same building just from different perspectives. And it's a really popular park, so I knew there'd be a lot of people out there that wouldn't mind being photographed or videoed or anything like that. And then one last thing beyond the setup of everything that I did for her was I just told her to look through the little eyepiece on the camera to find her picture and press the button. And that was it. Now, as you'll see from some of these photos, that meant that the picture was, you know, kind of off center or crooked, or I'm not really sure what she was going for in some of the pictures, and maybe she knew and didn't tell me or didn't know either. I don't know. But I wanted her just to kind of enjoy the moment and the process of seeing something that she really liked or was appealing to her and taking a picture of it and not worrying too much about the technical stuff. My biggest motivation in kind of doing this whole thing was that I wanted her to find something that she really enjoyed doing and then just to do it because she enjoyed doing it. And that kind of goes back to what I mentioned earlier about the reason I chose a disposable film camera, because I wanted her to enjoy photography and taking pictures or making beautiful images just for that fact. Not worried about the technical side of things or taking a picture and then immediately seeing it and being able to critique it or judge it in some way or wanting to change something or make it quote unquote better than the first one. I wanted her just to be a part of the moment there whether that be people at the park, or a helicopter flying over, or a pretty flower, or whatever that might have been. If it was important to her, I wanted her to take a photo of it. I also wanted Emmie to grasp something that I've been able to really enjoy as part of just taking pictures. And that is kind of taking the courage to step out there and to meet people, especially people that are different from her, and just engage with them. So the camera can serve as just a great conversation starter and just an ability for you to really get to know someone. If I just sat someone down and asked them a bunch of questions about their life story, I could do that, but if I have a camera set up and it's an interview or something like that, it feels a little more natural for that person to then talk to me and us to have a conversation. But there is an element of kind of overcoming your fear of stepping out and introducing yourself to someone or asking someone if you can take their picture. And I wanted Emmie to take part in that because I know the fun or the joy that she could then derive from just having those interactions with people and meeting new people and just engaging in conversation with them. So one example you'll see here is we kind of stopped about 100 yards back before we approached these two people in the park. And I asked her if she wanted to take their picture, and she said yes. And I told her she didn't have to if she didn't want to, that I wanted her to be comfortable, and she said she wanted to do it. So she walked over at 3 years old to this couple in the park that was just sitting there having a picnic or just enjoying the nice night, and asked if she could take their picture. Now of course they were very gracious and kind and said yes. And then after Emmie took that picture, she then asked if she could sit down with them and take another picture. So I think immediately, at least in some small way, she got it. She took their picture initially, probably just because she felt like she needed to, but then that enabled her to connect with them, and she wanted to sit down with them and take a picture. Now I understand she's 3, but at a basic level, that's a big step. Being able to kind of use the camera as just an opportunity to connect with someone and to get to know them. So it was a really cool moment, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. Emmie did a great job. Thought she had a lot of fun, and I definitely want to do it again. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys and just helping you kind of determine maybe some fun things you can do with your kids, but also just helpful to you even as adults, how you might kind of find something that you enjoy doing and then just enjoying it and not immediately critiquing yourself or finding how you can be better at a particular hobby or skill. Just doing it because you love to do it. I hope you enjoyed the video and that it was helpful to you. Hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next time.